Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Raging Reality reaction video where today, ladies and gentlemen, we are up to part 16 of our Nuclear Blast Battle Royale, where today, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking out for the very first time a song by the band Blue Pills, and we're about to see whether it was the right choice. So with literally all that being said and done, no fancy speeches or anything, we're just going to get straight to it. I'm not even going to comment on how this woman has the single most perfect areola in history. Well, she does, but that's besides the point. With all that being said and done, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. Let's begin. Little Sun in 3, 2, 1, and...
When the night is dark and lonely.
Is that Paloma Faith? No, that's not Paloma Faith. That doesn't even sound like that sounds more like Adele than Paloma Faith. Two women, and I've got to say right now, those two women, Faith and Adele, some of the greatest voices of the last 10 years. Adele, but Paloma, one of the most underappreciated voices. Just saying.
And you got no place to go. From your eyes, tears are falling. The other side is calling. I'm the one who's left alone, and I still remember when you told me you would never leave me on my own. Oh, where are the ones I used to know? The mountains falling all around me, the deep blue ocean overflows, the ground is shaking underneath me, in this spinning world without control. Although it's hard, little sun, you have to know, when dark comes around, it's when you have to glow.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Little Sun by the Blue Pills. That was so smooth and so chill. I actually cannot believe that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start this video off by. I'll start this portion off by saying that, you know what? I remember 10 or so years ago there was this group that had a. There was this group called the Noisettes, and I swear to God, the woman who was in the Noisettes sounds identical to this lady here. In fact, you know what? Let me see if I can just find out exactly if I can find out who this lady was who was singing, because she was just magnificent. Ellen Larson. But I gotta tell, that was so smooth. And you know what? Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll go one further. I'll go find out whether or not Ellen Larson was in Sweden. So I'm 28 years old from Sweden. I wanted to find out exactly like if she's been in any other groups, because no, okay, so just see the picture of her. No, I'm pretty sure she was not in the Noisettes. Okay, so now that with that being said, this is the perfect song when you literally all you want to do is just lie about and just not think about anything. When you've got nothing to do and you don't want to do anything, just play something like this and you'll be relaxed. It doesn't really so much put you to sleep, but it makes you feel like at ease with yourself, which those aren't the worst type. Those are some really, really good songs. But I think like there's a time and a place for stuff like that. And Little Sun is, if you're feeling particularly tense or you feel as if like you're under a great deal of stress, obviously playing something that is going to calm you down is 100% the way to go. It's just sometimes you got to know exactly what it is you want. And especially even when I'm going through lists like these where I'm just picking out bands at random, you simply just do not know what you're going to get. It's like opening a box of chocolates. But eventually, you will, or at least at some point, wound your way into stuff like this. And it's so peaceful and soothing as hell. Time is passing by, I just watch it go, but I'll be around, even though I may not show. It's hard, little sun. You have to know, when dark comes around, it's when you have to glow. When bad times come around, that's when you've got to shine. You've got to be there through the good and the bad times. I like that message. I like that a lot. Try to understand, but I am in haze. I'm in this sorry world, I only see your face. In this sorry world. That's an interesting idea, that she's trying to personify the sun into saying that, why have I got to, give my efforts to shine out on this little planet in the universe? What has it got to offer? In the corners of my mind, the darkness hides. Don't you know I need your light? Don't you know I need you so? Try to understand, but I am in haze. You're not alone, I will always stay. I'm actually now starting to get the impression whether the lady in the cover right here is supposed to be the moon and the sun is supposed to be, whether or not this woman is supposed to be on the dark side of the moon. Now, in case you actually, it's not just the cover of Pink Floyd's of the classic 1972 Pink Floyd album, but there is a permanent side of the moon that always faces away from the sun whenever it orbits around around planet Earth. So there is always going to be a part of the moon that will never experience any light. And what I think is quite interesting, what you could take away from something like that, is that despite being literally as far apart from the sun as you could possibly get, in spite of never experiencing or realizing the joy of what the sun gives to us every single day of our lives. It's still there, and you know what? Even when you're on that side of the moon where you have absolutely no knowledge of if the sun is still there or if you're ever going to see it again. It is still there because the moon is going to stay there. It's two great forces of the universe that are here, and even though they may never even acknowledge what one or the other could look like or could possibly be, it's worth knowing that they're there, and even still that sometimes that the dark side of the moon can actually gaze upon the Earth, not just at the darkness it's creating, but what the light is also creating around it, because I don't particularly think like the moon could completely, cut off light from the sun, because there's gotta be a little bit there, I suppose. Only maybe in the event of an eclipse or something like that. The mountains falling all around me, the deep blue ocean overflows, the ground is... You see, this is the part I was talking about, because of things like... I don't want to say shit that I'm gonna get wrong, like moonbeams and that causing like the Earth, like the tide to rise and stuff like that, because I don't quite understand. I don't even know if that's completely true either. So I'm just gonna spare myself from looking like an idiot and not say anything. The ground is shaking underneath me in this spinning world without control. Oh, though it's hard, little sun. You have to know when dark comes around, it's when you have to glow. Whenever disaster or tragedy strikes the earth, hope always follows it. That there's still some glimmer of life, or possibly light. That there are better days to come. I'm still blown away by how beautifully soft and composed this all was. These guys, man. Why is it taking me literally this long to discover a group like Blues Pills? I'm literally looking right now to see if there's like any info about these guys. It's been... Okay, here's something. It's been a long and winding road for mankind. But in December 2011, the moment we've all yet unknowingly and yet unaware of coming salvation... been awaiting for finally saw the light of day. Ellen Larson, Corey Berry and Zach Anderson are just in their early 20s, forming a group which should quickly become one of the most acclaimed and interesting bands in music. You know what? I don't disbelieve that. Behold the birth of a new musical experience, an experience we thought was long gone, but in the time and space, behold the birth of Blues Pills. I even want to, I want to find out what technically you would categorize this as, like soft rock or something like that. Let me just do a little bit of digging just to make sure. I just want to find out what technically you would categorize this as. Formed in Åbro in Sweden, 2011. Let's see. They were to perform in Donington Castle in Derby. That's not going to happen because of COVID. Great. Genres: hard rock, blues rock, psychedelic rock. I'm going to freaking dedicate some time to doing blues. I mean, blues rock, I was going to say Led Zeppelin at one point, but I would have to check. So I would have to check just to make sure. Psychedelic, however, absolutely, that's what I need. The drugs don't work. Just listen, take a blue pill instead. So anyway, now that we are all feeling relaxed and slightly okay with ourselves, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Little Sun by the Blues Pills. Please also make sure to also like and subscribe to get daily notifications when my videos come out. And I hope to love you guys again in the next reaction video. Take care. Bye bye for now.